dice gumbo, slice on the bungle. Y'all motherfuckers ain't ready.
Call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
Y'all motherfuckers ain't ready.
But I don't think he gon' make it. Not the way he was shivering and shaking on the pavement.
Welcome back to the Fighter Share Live. This is the Badger.
And this is Brew.
And we're here to bring you an action-packed, however long it takes, entertainment, but we want to bring you some knowledge of the combat sports. Hey, what segments we got coming?
Well, we got On My Grind today.
All right.
We're going to talk about who really out here hustling.
Yes.
Even though it's a global pandemic, who out here still trying to get this jack.
And I love this because we're going to deal with some other things other than just boxing.
Yeah. And people are going to be surprised, but man, people out here really still trying to get to the bag.
And they getting
They're
it.
not,
They're getting it.
And some people that can't afford to make those moves are getting pissed off by that, so we're going to talk about that as well.
And that's on them.
Yep.
And then?
We got dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
And something going on with Tyson Fury, man. They trying to ice my boy Wilder out of the rematch.
Listen.
Gotta talk about that.
You know, once you steal the bag, you don't want the person to be able to come back and get it.
He going to have to show and prove at the end of the day.
I'm just saying.
We're going to wait on that. Punch kind of punch.
Uh-huh. This is going to be good.
Yeah. Bud Crawford.
Bud Crawford.
And Kell Brook. That might be a thing.
It shouldn't, but it might.
We're going to talk about it.
Right.
And everything that goes around that.
Okay.
Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, I said it.
Your boy. Billy Joe's son.
Yes!
Billy Joe.
He is his own reality series, bro.
Billy Joe got some privilege, man.
He does.
Billy Joe got some privilege.
What is that? What do we call that kind of privilege?
Protection for the complexion.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
All right. So, hey, don't go anywhere. Matter of fact, share this.
Yeah.
So other people can be as informed and entertained. So it'll be kind of like infotained as you will be. Because we're going to be in rare form today. And I'm hungry. I ain't eating nothing. So, I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. I hope Britt's ready.
Did you know that today is Census Day?
Census Day?
Yeah, like the U.S. Today is U.S. Census Day.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really know what that means because I'm, us being, we should be apprehensive about the census.
We don't do the census.
Not particularly well anyway.
That don't make census to us. But I'm just saying, today's Census Day, and it's also April Fool's Day.
That's what I was getting at. That's what I was getting at. Like, that's weird. That's an awkward thing to do.
Yeah. My dad was talking about 45 today. People don't know who I mean by 45. I mean
Coke 45.
The orange colored dude. It was shaped like a 40 ounce in the White House, and he was talking about him today, and he said, I think he's doing a really good job. Before I could start to formulate a foul word coming out of my mouth, he goes, April Fools. I was like, that's right, it is. April Fools.
The fact that we're adults and we still doing April Fools, that's problematic. That should be reserved for children.
It should, but
hey, we live in a society where you do whatever you want.
And we talk about things being reserved for children. We've inundated them with so many adult things. They really don't have much of a childhood anyway.
Yeah.
So, wow, that was kind of deep.
We went there a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, but Halloween is also becoming more of an adult holiday.
I don't really allow my daughter to really participate in Halloween. My wife and I are on the same page with that. We'll let her dress up in like a Paw Patrol or like a Sky or like an angel costume or a princess. But we don't do the whole we take her around knocking on doors. Because some of the doors I see, I don't want to knock on, bro. So we'll do stuff at like the church or the park where things are kind of like controlled.
Right.
And it's unfortunate because I remember being a kid when we had free range.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We used to get dropped off.
Yeah, that was it.
And just be out there. And don't let Halloween fall on a Friday.
Ooh.
I mean, you was just out.
Yeah.
You was just out.
Yeah.
Until you were just out.
Right.
You went home when you got tired.
And if you were smart, I know it was dangerous, but you eat your favorite candy before you go home and they pick through it to make sure no razor blades or nothing in it. That was the excuse, but what they really wanted to do.
Yeah, I was about to say, it wasn't even a real thing. I think that was,
My wife goes through my daughter's candy and like half the candy winds up at her job. And my daughter didn't see it. I thought that was kind of cruel, but then I started eating her candy too, so I guess I'm just as guilty.
Do y'all give out candy?
At either the trunk or treat or at the party.
Trunk or treat, okay.
Yeah, we don't really answer it. But now my daughter and I, usually on Christmas morning, we'll take packages around the neighborhood because I want her to understand that the holiday isn't what it wrapped up to be an advertisement, and I would rather her give on that day than expect to receive a bunch of stuff.
That's a hell of a lesson to teach a 4-year-old.
But it's amazing how many adults are, opposed to that. So it is what it is.
Enough of that deep stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna have fun. So
You ready to dig in, man?
You ready?
Ready.
Are we ready for that next segment?
On my grind, man. So talk to us, man. This is your thing. This is your cup of tea.
Okay.
You aspired to be one of these.
Yes, and I almost
Let's hear it. 'Cause
made
This
it.
is gonna be some bull.
No, it's not. Because all these other people who can't do nothing, I'm talking about MMA, I'm talking about boxing, NBA, NFL, NHL, Wimbledon, all these, they can't compete, do nothing. Guess what? Vince McMahon said, open the doors, we gonna make that money. Vince said, we'll take the crowds, no crowds. His ratings are up because there's nothing else to watch.
That is true.
WWE has decided not only are they going to keep doing Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, they're going to keep bringing that money in, but they're also going to do WrestleMania. And they're doing everything from the Performance Center over in Orlando at Full Sail.
So wait a minute. So wasn't WrestleMania supposed to be in Tampa this year?
Supposed to be at Raymond James Stadium
in
Tampa.
April, right?
In April. This Sunday coming up.
Oh, wow.
And guess what? It's still going to be this Sunday coming up, but it's going to be at their Performance Center over in Orlando. So it's going to be interesting to see what the ratings are, the numbers are, because you'll have no crowds.
Right.
And I noticed with the other organization that's out there, All Elite Wrestling, AEW, who has the people who left the WWE.
Wait a minute, what?
Part. Yeah. You have like Chris Jericho.
He still wrestle?
Dustin Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, a guy who was in WWE named Dean Ambrose, who goes by John, I forgot the name he's going by now, in AEW. You got a lot of them, man. Billy Gunn, him and his son now wrestle.
Jeez.
Right. But actually, it's not a bad organization. John Moxley, that's who Dean Ambrose goes by now. So they have an organization trying to rival the WWE. They're doing well. They're not going to rival WWE at this point.
Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me, and I'm not trying to sound ignorant. This is beyond my scope of knowledge. But you got actual people trying to compete with the WWE?
Yes, for real. Impact Wrestling did it throughout the early 2000s. And if they had not have gotten so gimmicky by bringing Eric Bischoff in from WCW, who his gimmicks didn't work in WCW,
Okay.
but they brought his gimmicks into Impact Wrestling, that's what ruined Impact Wrestling. So a lot of those guys filtered into, because the Dudley Boys, after ECW went down, they came to WWE, they left there and they went to Impact Wrestling. And Bubba Ray kind of went on his own. But after that folded, there was no place for a lot of those people to go. That's where Kurt Angle left and went to when he left WWE.
Kurt Angle, wow.
Jeff Hardy went to Impact Wrestling.
Hardy Boys? Yep.
Jeff did. They've all had substance abuse problems at separate times. Matt actually is in great shape and is back in WWE. Jeff and Matt came back a couple years ago when WrestleMania was over in Orlando, and they won the titles. I know. So, but AEW also is having matches without fans on Wednesday nights. So it's, if you get a chance.
In AEW, they're in Jacksonville, Jacksonville, right?
Well, they have been going all around the country, but now they're kind of centered. I think their location may be in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think I read why their location was in Jacksonville. That's interesting because they were saying that they had enough content to get them through like the first week of April. Because a lot of stuff has already been recorded. WrestleMania, a lot of their shows have already been pre-recorded. But they're saying that even though your boy, DeSantis, just issued a shutdown for the state, and they still trying to get that jack over there, man. Them boys, they almost have
here's what the order is. You can't have a gathering of more than 10 people. Right. But that does not count for employees. So
okay. So you can tie as many people as you can to actual staff that's putting forth the event.
Right. Exactly. And what happens is Monday Night Raw is live. They don't record that.
Okay.
They record sometimes NXT, and they definitely record SmackDown early. But here's the thing: if you have a live show with no audience, you cannot show other shows claiming they're live, and they got an audience. So whatever you may have had in the can,
dang.
Right. So But Vince said we're gonna make that money because it was at the last minute where he decided to move WrestleMania from Raymond James over to the Performance Center. He was trying his best to hold out, and I can't really blame him. But
I mean, you know what I also think is interesting? How about Bob Arum, Uncle Bob, who's celebrating his 54th year in boxing promotions, just got pissed off with Dana White because guess what the UFC is trying to do? Take their event overseas to Europe and make it happen.
right,
So we'll make sure we get back to that.
definitely.
So up next, dodgeball, man.
Dodgeball.
So you know what this is about, right?
Yeah.
Your boy,
Yeah.
your guy,
Wait a minute.
the Gypsy King.
No.
You've been rooting for Tyson Fury since
Since when?
I don't
Since
know.
you were white?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Damn. That's what you came up with?
That's what I came up with. But guess what? It shut it down.
So anyway, so Tyson Fury is supposedly him and your boy, Eddie Hearn, another one of your fan favorites.
Don't put
are
them
man, you like
bums
all
off
the
on
Brits.
me.
You like all the
No.
people. Listen,
No, bro.
they're trying to circumvent the wild rematch, which
I like
was
fish and
supposed to
chips.
happen
That's
in
what's-
July.
Right.
But due to the pandemic, it's not happening. They're trying to get Wilder to step aside for the Anthony Joshua unification.
That is the worst thing that could happen to Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
Because if, in fact, he does have to step aside, then that's going to be 3 fights before he'll get a chance at a rematch. Because Joshua will lose to or beat Fury, however they want to write the script, and they'll go back and forth till they get the rubber match. Because that's a lot of money that they'll be able to keep across the pond.
That's a mega
Yeah.
fight in the UK.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
We're talking about 100,000 people, probably easy.
Easy. They have to move it to like Madrid for Real Madrid Stadium probably.
I
Cause
don't know about all that, but that thing is going to be big. But here's the caveat to that. Wilder has to agree. And guess who else has to agree?
Al Heyman?
No, Pulev.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Joshua's mandatory.
Joshua's mandatory.
So the odds of that fight actually happening are not likely.
I see Joshua's
Man, they just trying to stir
mandatory.
the pot for it. They trying to stir the pot for it. They trying to get a bunch of people to back it
Right.
and say, hey, this takes precedent. And then especially what's going on here in the States,
Right.
with where we are with the pandemic versus the other countries that got hit sooner.
I could see Joshua's mandatory being paid a good sum of money. Just hold off. Step aside and, let this happen. I don't see Wilder doing it.
Nah.
I
mean, if anything, if you got to find a silver lining, the pandemic actually gives Wilder more time to implement his game plan, whatever that is
Right.
for the next fight.
Yeah.
I mean, if you gotta look at it from that standpoint, but I don't know, man. I just feel like there's gonna be a lot of clamoring from the public that's not gonna want to see that Wilder Fury rematch at least right away. Cause you gotta think, man. A lot of people are saying the way he got beat, that he needs to take time off not only to heal physically, which wasn't that bad, but the emotional and mental suffering, losing the way he lost. He brought in George Foreman, who agreed to train him from a physical standpoint and a mental standpoint because he suffered a similar loss to Ali in the Rumble in the Jungle.
No. Well, you know what? I'm going to say this and not to stir the pot.
You doing it?
Yes. I guess it's similar, but the difference is there was no controversy. Ali used Foreman's style against him.
Okay.
He took him in the waters where Foreman had never been.
Right.
As far as punching himself out.
I mean, but the
and
same
he
can be
broke
said
it
for
mentally.
Wilder, bro. Fury brought the fight to Wilder. We've never
He
seen
brought
anybody do
something.
that.
He brought something to it.
So I mean, the
Yeah.
circumstances are pretty similar.
And what about Fury? Can we talk about this now? About the PEDs? Or no?
Go ahead, man.
No. If I need to wait, I'll wait.
Sure. Go ahead, talk about it.
Okay, so what's the guy in New England?
Yeah,
The farmer?
Yeah.
Who Fury offered $25,000 to? Allegedly.
Right.
To say that it was steroids and stuff in the meat that he was eating.
But that story never really got any traction. They kind of swept that under the rug pretty good.
Oh, they're gonna sweep it under the rug
Oh, yeah.
because it doesn't fit ESPN's profile. So, listen, you listen to all the commentators pretty much on ESPN. Almost all of them have dismissed any other theories other than Fury came in there, legit, fair, and won that fight.
Yeah.
They won't even entertain anything else. So we're not going back down that road. WWE, stay on your grind.
And listen, Dana White, I mean, Uncle Bob mad at you. But I mean, if you can get that fight in Europe and you can get Khabib out of Russia on a private jet, because he technically can't leave the country either.
Right.
Make that fight happen, but it won't, man.
Why not just take the fight to Russia? Rocky, 4. And the last one, Rocky.
Punch counter punch, man. So you were talking about it before we got on camera. You really don't think that Bud Crawford should fight Kell Brook?
No, I do not.
Let me hear it.
To me, it's a waste of Bud Crawford's time. Kell Brook, very skilled boxer. I'm not taking anything away from Kell Brooks.
You just did.
He's a very skilled boxer. He's not on Bud's level anymore. That's like sticking Amir Khan in there with
Bud Crawford, and look what happened.
Crawford, right.
He won the fight.
Right.
Okay.
So, I mean, to me, it's not, there's no threat for Bud. There's no challenge for Bud.
I beg to differ.
I know you do. So do the people on the corner asking for. But I don't really believe that this is a fight Bud needs. It's not gonna give him any more cred.
So I'm just gonna keep this winning streak going. You let me win 2 weeks in a row. Listen, first of all,
You didn't win.
that's baloney. This is the fight that Bud Crawford needs. You know why?
I'm listening.
Ain't nobody else out there from the fight. He's not gonna be able to fight any of the PBC guys right now. So this is his best bet. The problem with Kell Brook is he's damaged. Okay, he's had two orbital bones broken. First by Gennady, and that fight he shouldn't have won the fight, but he was chasing the money. And then a fight against Earl Spence that he probably fought too soon, having to come back down from what the weight he gained to fight Triple G, and he got the other eye bust up. So I agree. Is he the Kell
like
Brook?
me.
Is he the Kell Brook that beat Sean Porter? No, he is not.
Nope.
But let me tell you the Kell Brook that he is. He's the Kell Brook that's been everybody Terrence Crawford's fault. And he's a real, for lack of a better term, true welterweight.
Okay.
We want to see Bud against a true welterweight. We saw him in there against Jose Benavidez. Jose was on one leg. And listen, I'm a Bud Crawford fan. That's my guy. But come on, man. This
So
guy
you saying Bud is in the fight in the handicap? Because Kell got two bad eyes and Benavidez had
we
one
just
leg.
talk about this in the hood. We don't care about your disability. You come in here with that bullshit.
That's true.
And we gonna kick your ass and mind your disability on your way out the door.
Collect the check on it at the gate. Yeah,
right.
I got
So Benavidez took the fight. He had a bad leg and he got dealt with.
Bud took the crime to him.
Now it took Bud 11, 12 rounds of dispatching. Okay, that's not gonna be a walk in the park with Kell Brook. Kell Brook is gonna be the naturally bigger guy, and he's gonna be strong. And Kell Brook is a former champion. Like he legit beat Sean Porter.
Layla Ali's a former champion, but she can't beat Carissa Shields at this point.
Why are you bringing it up? That's for
Go
next
ahead.
week's show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Chill, bro.
My bad. You need to let me in on these things.
You don't listen. You're
I
unruly.
do listen.
You're unruly and you don't listen. Bro.
I'm not what?
You're unruly. You
I
don't
am not
listen.
unruly.
Anyway, like I was saying, that is the fight that Bud Crawford
I am not an
needs.
animal.
See, there you go. That is the fight Bud Crawford needs. That is the fight that's going to help the boxing public say, okay, Bud Crawford is legit welterweight. He is ready. And then also what it does is it says, hey, I beat Kell Brook better than Earl Spence. If he can do that. I don't know if he can, but there's a correlation there. Now, on the flip side of that, you got Earl Spence, who came out publicly and said, I'm going to fight Terrence Crawford. It's going to either be this year or next year.
That's the fight
Now
I want
that,
to
to
see.
me, says a lot about the man that Earl Spence is.
Yes.
And also puts pressure on his handlers, whether it be Uncle Al or the powers that be at PBC, because now this man is saying, hey, look, this is the fight I want. You might be able to give me somebody in between, like maybe Danny Garcia be his comeback fight, which would be a dangerous fight on a comeback fight. But after that, he wants Terrence Crawford. So, hey, man, Bud might need to go ahead and get that rope with Kell Brook first. That's going to help sell this fight. It's going to put more international fans behind Terrence Crawford. And, man, that welterweight showdown between him and Spence will be the big fight everybody want to see.
I believe we need to wait before we jump to that one because we need to see what Spence is going to be like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what makes the fight with him and Danny Garcia so dangerous.
There's no way I would put Spence in with Danny Garcia coming back from that. You don't know. I mean, just my opinion. There's no way I would match those two up.
Here's my thing about Earl. Earl is so good and he's so tough that he'll go in there and fight Danny Garcia's fight. Because he fought Sean Porter's fight. Yeah, he beat him, but we all know Sean Porter. There you go. That was my thought jumping ahead of my mouth, right? Sean Porter is pillow-fisted. He's not a real strong puncher. Sean Porter
He just elbow
overwhelms
you.
guys. Yeah, he just pretty much wear you down, right? Ask Andre Burrow. Just after over 12 rounds, you just get tired of getting all that.
Yeah.
Punch repeatedly. He just really just wears you down. But if he go in there and fight Danny Garcia, he's standing there, man. That no look left hook that Garcia throws is strong. Earl got a chin, but Danny can throw, man. That punch puts people out. So
And we keep forgetting as bad as Bud is, and I'm glad Bud is not fighting Danny Garcia.
that'll be a better matchup stylistically than Earl against Danny.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Bud will box Danny's ears off like he did. Anyway, yeah, I said it.
Yeah, I said
This is what you've been waiting on all day.
Oh, Lord.
Yo, man, yo, boy. And I'm going to give you the floor on this because this dude is out of control.
Yes.
And like we said in the intro, he has the complexion for the protection because the stuff he's been doing over the course of years is preposterous. So go ahead and jump on it.
Billy Joe Saunders. Sound like somebody from like South Carolina or Alabama.
He can fight, though.
He can. Oh yeah.
He can fight. You got to give him that. He can
That's
fight.
why he's still relevant in the conversations. One of the reasons.
Okay.
You know, I mean, the protection from the complexion, and he can fight.
Okay.
But this dude, they need to take they took his boxing license away. They suspended that.
Right.
They need to take his gun license away so he stopped shooting himself in the foot. He has now, they took the video down, but he had posted a video hitting a heavy bag, teaching men how to beat their wives. I'm gonna let that sink in. I'm just gonna let that.
Look him in their face and say it again so they know what you're saying.
He posted a video this past weekend, Saturday, hitting a heavy bag, teaching men how to beat their wives.
We're not joking. That's not a joke.
This is
he
for
did
real.
It for real.
Yes. And the fact that they just suspended his license to box. Yeah, that's insane. Insane. But when you think about this, you think, okay, maybe he just had one lapse in judgment. No. Because in 2017, he had to pay 100,000 euros because he took crack cocaine to, was she a prostitute or just an addict?
She was an addict.
She was
and
an addict.
We don't know if he actually had crack on him.
The video, yes.
But was it really drugs or was he posing as if they were drugs? I can't speak on that because I don't know, but
he gave her crack cocaine to wait and punch unsuspecting pedestrians as they walk by.
No, first it was a sexual favor.
Well, yeah,
Wasn't
but
it?
no, it was that's what he gave her the crack for.
Wow.
Was to punch unsuspecting
Wow.
pedestrians as they pass, and he videotaped it.
Yeah.
So my colleague here, my esteemed colleague, has found other incidences with Billy Joe Saunders and why this man is not just a menace to society, but he's a menace to himself. And I think he needs to be Baker acted, put some Thorazine in his veins and let him shuffle his way through the rest of his life.
Like, okay, so back in I think it was 2015 or 2016, he made a comment and said that women, and I'm paraphrasing it, but you can pull up, women are only good for cleaning, washing, and sex. And this guy's a public figure. And he's making these kind of statements.
Look.
Then he didn't walk it back and said, okay, maybe I'm just a sex addict, but that's what I prefer. Bro, like,
Listen.
the things, the vileness that comes out of this man. And then he also pranked a guy. I don't know if he actually said he was a police officer or the guy was assuming he was. He pulls the guy over and makes the guy strip down naked to make sure he doesn't have a gun on him. And he's recording this on his phone and tells the man, if you don't comply, I'm gonna call for backup. So that insinuates that he's someone of authority, a police officer, right?
Yeah.
He did that. Then he comes back and he failed a drug test, right? He was supposed to fight Demetrius Andrade. He failed that drug test for a substance that Asafa Powell was benched for 18 months for, and Tyson Gay was benched for a year for when it was found in their system for the Olympics. So, I mean, this dude he just got too much. He threw a chicken at Wilder. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like before the first Tyson Fury fight, they were over in the UK trying to sell the fight. He walks into the restaurant, words exchange, he throws a half a chicken at Deontay Wilder and runs out the restaurant.
First of all, he needs to be careful because if he keeps this up, they're going to elect him president of the United States in the Republican Party. So he needs to really be careful.
That's a fact.
Doing that.
He ain't got citizenship over here, so it might not work.
Neither did Trump's wife. Man, but but she is, and Melania, you are the most pleasing part of that family.
Yeah.
So I'm not even mad at you.
Yeah, but he did give $30,000 to domestic foundations because he really didn't mean what he said about punching a wife. At the end of the day, look.
He demonstrated it.
But look, at the end of the day, man, you can't compare this guy to anybody. This guy he's a wild boy, and he still get. And then not only that, he just took a dump on his biggest payday. He was supposed to fight Canelo. Now, granted, the corona and everything is going on, but that fight was probably going to get made.
Yes.
Now you suspended. You're not going to fight Canelo. That's like what, $4, $5, $6 million? He just threw away.
Probably more than that, because that's that.
Then remember when his son punched Willie Monroe in the nuts? Shout out to Willie Monroe. He's a friend of the show. Yeah, punched Willie Monroe in the nuts. Remember that?
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Anyway,
Sorry,
move right
man.
along, man. We
Wow.
took too much time on that. Meanwhile. So you already know we talking about now, man. Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. Hey, with all this stuff going dark, you got the WWE with WrestleMania, you got AEW, and you got Tiger and Phil Mickelson putting together a golf head-to-head battle to the finish. We got to sell it somehow. Ain't nothing else on TV.
Yeah.
So they're going to keep their social distances. They're going to be on a golf course.
True.
They're going to play 18 holes. And it's just going to be the two of them and their caddies, who may be.
Well, I don't know if it's the caddies, but they may be partnering with
Peyton Manning and
Tom Brady.
A
white man's heaven.
Wow, that's true.
A white man's heaven.
That's true.
I don't get no better than that. Golf
and Peyton Manning and
Tom
Tom Brady. Yeah.
I mean, you're going to bring in all the viewers.
That's it.
I want to know how Tampa Bay fans feel about that. Let's just say, for just get kicks and giggles, right? Let's say Brady actually goes through with this. He's out there teeing up for a tournament. We'll just smile it off. Oh, it's just Tom being Tom. He's just blowing off some steam, right?
Right.
Because that's what our quarterback should be doing, playing golf.
Right, instead of learning the
right?
system. Yeah.
We just joshing with you, Tom. We know you ain't gonna do that, but
Right.
you know, it's possible. It's possible. But but when this tournament kicked off in 2018, the purse was $9 million, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, the purse was $9 million. Phil ended up winning in a 4-hole playoff.
Yes.
But it was $9 million, bro.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's not nothing to sneeze at, man. So, I mean, if you Tiger and Phil,
well, you gotta
we can't get on this PGA Tour money.
You got to think.
Let's lock this in.
It's going to be higher than that this time because people watch golf. They have loyal, and their sponsors are going to throw money and money and money and money.
They need an event.
And the fact that Tiger won the Masters last year makes him relevant once again.
Yeah, competitive.
All you got to do is win the Masters. You can lose every other tournament during it. You win the Masters.
Or any of the major four.
Or any of the major
the
four.
British, the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
I can't think of the other one right now. But
well, you got the Players Championship.
The Players, you any of that. Yeah, you good.
You good. Yeah. Wow. And he did well on the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, but check this out, though. This is something I did find out. The side bet. Bro, Phil Mickelson made an additional, after he won the purse for winning the actual head-to-head matchup, he won an additional $600,000 off the side bets. Bro, he won I think he outdrove Tiger on the hole. He reached the green sooner on a few holes. He popped an extra $600,000 off that, man.
I'm happy for you, Phil. I really am. I ain't mad at him.
Hey, for all my people out there, the money's on the golf course.
But I guess Pete Rose is like, I bet on myself, and y'all kicked me out of baseball.
Poor Pete Rose.
Phil bet
Is he ever gonna get in?
You know what? They've actually been talking about that. Meanwhile, they've been talking about that this year.
Yeah.
To see, because it's been so long, and he has a new law strategy. So they really are thinking about now possibly reinstating him. But then he becomes eligible for the Hall of Fame, and he can work back in baseball.
Oh, okay.
And that's what they're kind of worried about.
So you know if Pete Rose going, you know who's going in. Barry Bonds.
No.
Barry Bonds.
They're going to make Barry wait.
Yeah, Roger Clemens, too. They're going to take Roger. Roger, you can come, too.
Yeah, and Rafael Palmeiro.
Baseball full of S, man.
Rafael Palmeiro will get in.
I'm going to call like I said, baseball full of shit.
It is. Barry, though, which is interesting about Barry is when he did the PEDs, his head got bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Barry as a Pittsburgh Pirate, his head was normal
when
size.
he first got to the Giants.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, most people, they don't realize with Barry Bonds, the man, if you take away the years that he was allegedly on steroids,
he could play.
He still had 500 homers and 500 stolen bases.
Yes, he was
Never
the
happened
best.
In baseball. Or I think A-Rod did it too.
After.
Or no, after, but they're the only two in history to do it.
I mean, Barry Bonds was the best in the game.
Hands down. It ain't even close.
I mean, when you look at that Pirates lineup when he was there with Bobby Bonilla,
who's still getting paid. That was
Right.
a hell of a contract, Bobby Bonilla. Very smart. Y'all research Bobby Bonilla and his contract. Hey, before we get out of meanwhile, what to watch on TV?
Ozark
Season
season 3.
Jason Bateman is that guy.
You gotta watch that.
Ozark
oh
is
my
the ish.
gosh.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ozark is
yes.
the ish.
Stranger Things has
It ain't,
been out
it ain't
again
back
for a while.
yet.
Oh,
The new season don't come out yet.
right.
Tiger King, what you talking about?
Yes.
Oh, Florida. Every time we go on a national spot, especially Tampa. First it was the preacher that just had the service last week, right? All them people.
Yeah.
And he got sent to jail. That made national news. And you got the Tiger King with the prostitutes up and down Nebraska. We can't catch a break for it. We got to do better.
But they've been there for years. Don't call it a comeback. They,
Hey, man, stop hating on the Madam T.J. Walker documentary. Even if they're wrong and they're historically accurate about some of that stuff, be glad that we're getting representation. Y'all kill me with complaining about everything, man.
Right. Nobody said nothing about Hidden Figures. Kevin Costner's character wasn't even in it.
And we done ran over. Couldn't have been me.
Couldn't have been me.
Yeah. Again, we're going to have reels and highlights and clips for y'all for this segment on the next show. We couldn't get it in this time. But
Look, since we couldn't, now we can really talk about some of those other. We were talking about the last segment
okay.
because you were talking about Madam T.J. Walker. That
Yeah.
is a great show.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna watch it. My wife turned it on, and I was sitting there and I was like eating, so I didn't feel like getting up. I sat there and I watched it, and I didn't finish my food. It actually.
No, I watched all the way through. The Friday
Yeah.
it came out, I actually watched.
It was
I
good.
think it was 6 episodes or 5, one of the two. What intrigued me was the fact that LeBron and Maverick put money behind it. Now, I listened to her interview. I think it was on Good Morning America or one of those, morning news telecasts, and she said that she couldn't get enough funding for it. And LeBron and his homeboy came through in the 25th hour. And I'm like, that in itself is black excellence. Like, we want to keep talking about all the historical inaccuracies and how they make the black man look. If we keep complaining about every single thing that we do, we're never going to progress. And for those that's making all the noise and complaining about it, put your money up there.
That's what I always say.
I mean, look, I keep saying it, I'm for my people as much as the next man. But sometimes you got to pick and choose your battles and complain about every single thing. We can't even get the revenue to put our own stories out there. It's ridiculous. It's absurd.
Put up or shut up.
Yeah.
Put up or shut. That's it. Also, I saw another series on Netflix, which just kind of caught me, and we've been sitting trying to watch it every day now.
What's that?
And that is Money Heist. I don't know how long it's been on
Somebody
Netflix.
said it was good. I ain't caught it yet, but somebody told me it was good. I haven't caught it yet, though.
Good is not a strong enough term.
Yeah?
Yes, it's a thinking show, but the action keeps you glued, and you think you figured this out, and this guy, the professor, is just, he's all that.
Wow.
It's just, you start peeling back all these layers, and you see how somebody can think their way through something, and as long as you get people to buy into the vision and understand that things are going to happen, but if you stick with the roadmap that we've created and don't deviate from the plan until I have instructed you to,
Right.
you'll be amazed at how far you can go.
Stay the course.
Because people that you're encountering, most people don't think far enough ahead to understand what you're doing. And that's the brilliance of that show. So if you get a chance to watch it.
Does it follow the 5 Ps? Proper planning prevents poor performance?
Yes.
Or as some old men I know used to say, proper pre-planning prevents a piss poor performance.
Yes. 70. Yes. Or the modern day, those who fail to plan to fail. So
all those are just different ways of saying the same thing.
they work, and it's a great show. If you get a chance, Money Heist, Tiger King, Ozark.
Tiger King.
I didn't say Tiger. Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did. No, that's the name of it. But bro, listen, and it's trending. Everybody is talking about it.
Haven't seen it yet. I'm actually gonna watch it.
If somebody would have told you in 2020 that we'd have a pandemic, you'd be stuck at home, the government gonna give you $1,200 depending on your tax bracket, and the most popular thing America's gonna be talking about is a homosexual, cat collecting Oklahoman that had just been sentenced to prison for a conspiracy to murder. Like, I couldn't make that up. Like, this stuff writes itself. Like, yeah.
I'm out of the loop. Who was the Oklahoman?
Joe, Tiger King, he was from Oklahoma.
I haven't seen the
Yeah,
show.
that's right, bro. He ran. I think he was trying to run for governor of Oklahoma.
Wow.
Listen, I watched 3 or 4 episodes. I couldn't do it no more. I had to turn it off. It was ridiculous.
I got to watch this. Hey, I wouldn't have believed before 2017. I would not have believed the pandemic because up until that point, we had a pandemic task force.
Oh, there you go.
We did, and we
Yeah,
had
his fault.
we had a colonel who was just looking around the world trying to find possible pandemics and head them off. Remember Zika?
Yeah.
You remember the swine flu?
Yeah.
All these things that, they're going to destroy. And we were able to stave them off. They weren't pandemics in this country. But when you get, somebody look like a Cheeto gets in office and fires the pandemic task force,
Hey man,
here's
listen,
what we
have
got.
conservative viewers. You have got to relax.
You know what a
You
conservative
have
view
got to
is?
relax.
A conservative view is when you eat too many refried beans and you don't make it to the toilet. That's a conservative view.
I don't know where the hell that came from, but okay, we're gonna roll with that. Fried beans and toilets. That's
Or
what it
and
is.
you run out of toilet paper.
Wrap
That's your
up.
conservative view.
So what's up? Which one tell people before we got here? We got 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Here's what I want to tell people. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody who's tuning in. Please share, subscribe, share. We don't care which order you do it. Just please do all 3. Or if you don't like, we like that too. Just comment. Let us know, good or bad, what you like about this show, what you don't like, what you'd like to see, who you'd like to see on the show. Like, say you're a friend of Heather the Heat, female boxer who's also an Instagram model. Just walk up to Heather and say, hey, they trying to get you on the show. Or if you know Jim Brown, don't push him because he might fall over and then they have to shoot you. But say, hey, Jim, they're trying to get you on this show for an interview.
I don't think Jim Brown's interested.
That's why I'm reaching out to his friends, bro.
Are they still alive?
Please subscribe, share the show. We'll see y'all again on Sunday,
Why
right?
you just gonna cut me the hell off? Like I ain't had
Because
something
you
to
were
say.
talking nonsense. Go
No, I
ahead.
didn't. Jim Brown is how old? Jim Brown?
He's alive.
80 what?
He's alive.
Jim Brown went from
He's
fighting for the
alive.
people to having a meeting with Trump, and y'all got mad because he's an old man. Let Jim Brown do what he do, man.
Well, I mean, they didn't get as mad as when Steve Harvey came out skinning and grinning from Trump Tower.
He ain't had that many jokes since then, has he?
He's
Speaking
been
of Steve Harvey,
he's
well, his
been the
daughter's
joke.
getting around, ain't she?
Yeah.
Lori Harvey?
Well, he got around too. If you listen to his show, he talks about how he cheated on everybody. He was cheating on his side women. So,
That's not a thing.
the apple's hanging on the tree.
You can't cheat on a side chick.
Really?
Nah.
They don't know they're the side chick.
Yeah, they do.
Not all of them.
They should.
Well, I don't know because I don't have a side
Right,
chick.
there you go.
I love my wife.
Camera's right there. But
I
it's-
love my wife. I would, first of all, when I got married,
How
I knew.
every show he ends up talking about his wife.
because I love my wife.
Every show. I don't understand. Is he trying to tell me something because I don't have a wife, or is he really just that in love? Or is he trying to cover up for something he's already done? Just let me go ahead and get it out the way. Because I'm confused. This is a show about combat sports, and every
Hey,
episode.
any married man knows that marriage is a combat sport. I don't know what you have missed out on. My wife will tell you, it's sparring verbally. It's
That ain't what you
constant.
meant.
That
That
is
ain't
what
what
I
you
meant.
meant. No, it ain't.
That is. Stop trying to tell me what I know what I mean. I am not an animal. Marriage is the greatest thing in the world.
Meanwhile, so I want to give a few shout outs. Shout out to Sean Mason, lightweight prospect out of Orlando, Florida.
Yes.
Keep doing your thing, brother. We see you. We're going to get you on the show soon. My guy, Ivan Franco. Yeah, Ivan signed to TNK.
Right.
Yeah, we can't wait to see you get back in the ring soon, too,
Yeah.
brother. Keep doing your thing. I have to give you a shout out, man. That's
Shout
my
out
guy.
to TNK.
That is my guy. Adrian Clark, AC Clark.
Come on,
Man,
man.
protect yourself at all times. Go get the
Yes.
book. AC, you done signed with the Fight Network.
Yes.
Finna help them with some original programming.
Love it. Hey,
I remember when I went to Dallas to go see that brother firsthand because I just thought what he was doing for fighters was amazing. And now he's grown so much.
let me tell you though.
We gotta get you back on the show, AC. People don't believe we actually know you, so we gotta get you back on the show.
I want y'all to know, for those of y'all who do not know the Badger outside of this show, Adrian Clark came on and the first thing he said was, your partner is a thorough dude. Because he didn't ever expect you to just go to Dallas on your own dime just to meet him to express just how you felt about what he was doing.
Hey man, the brother was on something positive. And
Wow.
like we always say, relationships get you places what?
Money can't.
Money can't get you.
Right.
So That is that. Boxing Playhouse.
Boxing.
Shakur and Emilio, y'all are cutting up. Y'all keep doing y'all thing.
You know what? I want to give a shout out to Uncle Sherman.
Uncle Sherman. I just talked to him the other day. He's doing well. Ready to get back in the gym. You know, he's ripping and ready to go. He can't sit still.
Yeah, he's got like a metabolism.
Shout out to Latin Box.
Latin Box.
Damon. Old school B-boy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing. We definitely appreciate you.
And Brian Gonzalez, Sidestep Box.
And Will.
Shout out to Will.
Big Will Steel. The whole Sidestep crew. Front Proof Media. Hey, that's it. We out of here, man. Until next time, we have nothing. We'll holler at y'all.
Love you, Fighter Share Nation.